Welcome to 5 reasons why your social media isn't working. Hey, my name is Sherry, and I am your marketing mentor. Super excited to talk to you about this today. I hear this a lot from people. Social media is getting harder and harder to get any attention over the last, always it's been getting harder and harder, but as more and more people use social media, it's getting harder and harder and harder and harder. And the algorithm's always changing. And so social media can be really challenging. So I put together kind of 5 things that you want to think about when looking at your social media. And maybe those are the reasons why it's not working. But first, I just want to say one thing. Social media isn't right for every business. And I know that sounds crazy because everyone's like, okay, I have a small business, I have to have social media. But for many businesses, social media doesn't make sense. Maybe a very basic kind of a presence, but it really doesn't make sense to put a ton of effort into social media. Some businesses, it absolutely makes sense. And so working with somebody like me, who's a marketing mentor, who can help you figure out how much time should you be spending on social media versus on other things, can really help you save yourself a lot of time and energy on social. But if you know that social media is absolutely something that you should be doing, then stay tuned. Let's dive right in. Right. So, the 5 reasons why your social media isn't working. Here's a quick recap, and then I'm going to go into each of these in more detail. So, the first reason is you're focused on the solution and not the problem. We'll talk about what that means here in a minute. The second reason is you don't have a good hook. The third reason is you're not consistent, inconsistency. The fourth reason is you're not showing your face. And the fifth reason is you're posting and running. We're going to talk again about what that means. But first, if you don't know me, my name is Sherry Sutton. I am a marketing mentor and business growth guide. I've been doing this for 25 plus years, working for everything from small startups to, international conglomerates. I've done a couple political campaigns. So I know what is the right plan to help you with your business, because every business is unique, and every marketing plan should be unique as well. So I've created a business where I help people, mostly solopreneurs, who are kind of finished, like trying to figure it out all on their own, but don't quite want to hire an agency yet because that's expensive. Most of us don't have the money to hire an agency. And I've created multiple 6-figure businesses as a solopreneur. It's very achievable to do. You just have to have a very clear plan of exactly how to grow your business. So the important stuff is I am a mom, a stepmom, I'm a hockey wife, I'm a grandma, I'm a yogini. I've done yoga forever. I've spoken on the TEDx stage, which was earlier this year, and a lifelong dream of mine. And I was just named by MSN as one of the top 10 influential entrepreneurs to look out in 2024, which I'm super proud of. So, all right, enough about me. Let's go. Okay. The 5 reasons why your social media isn't working. Number 1 is you're solution focused versus problem focused. So, one essential of a marketing strategy is understanding not only who you're talking to, but where they are now and where they want to be. And understanding that really deeply helps you to create and craft the message. What happens for many of us is we, especially coaches, is they go right to kind of the methodology for how we're going to get you, fixed, right? And we forget to meet the client where they are at the problem, right? How are they feeling right now, right? What emotions are they going through? Because if you go too fast to the solution, it's often overwhelming because there's a lot of steps they have to take to get to that solution. So if you go straight to the solution, often people can't see what the path is to get there and why you're the right person to help them. So I always say start with the problem, start with the emotion that they're feeling. As experts in our field, we tend to go right to, okay, here's the solution for you. But if we don't identify that problem and connect with them on the problem first, it often doesn't work. So I recommend writing a list of where are they now and where do they want to be and how do they feel. Make sure you're really including those feeling words. The second thing is to show them that you understand and empathize with where they are. And then the third thing is make sure you're marketing to their ideal vision for the future, not just how they get there, not just the process that you use, but their ideal version of the future. And I have another training that I've done that talks about how to write really great content. And it talks about how to create content in 4 steps. And and literally it's written in this way, in a very specific way that addresses this. And so I've got a whole other training for that. If you're interested in it, let me know. Send me a note or put a note in the comments and I'll send that to you. But it's essentially the first thing you do is you state the problem from their perspective, right? Do you feel this way? The second thing that you do is you show empathy. The third thing you do is tell them a little bit about how they solve it. And the fourth thing you do is give them an invitation to engage. So some sort of a way that they can continue to either comment below or come work with you or, food for thought. And again, I have a much longer training on that, but it really always starts, all your content should start with what is the problem that your client knows they have from their perspective. And often just this shift in your content will really, really change how you talk about your business, how you connect with your clients before they actually buy from you. Okay, the second reason why your social media isn't working is that you don't have a hook. And what we mean by a hook in marketing language is it's just like a sexy phrase or an interesting reason for people to come and watch what you're doing, whether it's a reel or a post or whatever. So I've got a couple, this or that. So let's use this as an example. So the first one says, take my 5-week course to learn how your saboteurs are impacting your work. Okay. That sounds like a good, a classic marketing message that a coach might send out there. But does it address the problem, right? Is it sexy? So what I might say instead is, are you miserable at work? Right? Which of those two would you be more attracted to, right? At the very beginning of the marketing, which social media is meant to be a place where people find you, right? Where they get the awareness of you. This isn't a place where we're often selling sort of the features and benefits of the actual program. We want to be connecting with them on a higher level. So you want to have a hook that is around that problem statement that I talked about in the first part of this presentation. So let's do the second example. This is a funny one. Our car has 4 wheels, windows, and goes up to 100 miles an hour. Okay, well, that's all true, right? If you're buying a car, it does all those things. It's not very sexy though, right? So a better hook might be, you think about how does somebody want to feel when they drive this car, right? Where are they now? And I think about a Jeep and like the type of clients who, want to buy a Jeep. And so you could do something like this. So over on that, we have, are you ready to hit the road, feel the wind in your hair, and escape the grind? Okay. Yeah. That's a lot sexier, right? Than our car has 4 wheels and windows and goes up, right? It talks about their vision for the future. It understands where they are now, which is, right, escaping the grind. Right? That's the problem that they have right now. We'll tell them later about the fact that it has wheels and all of that stuff. Okay, so the next example is our salon offers haircuts, colors, and styling. Okay, cool. Most salons do that. That's great. Very clear about what you do. But is that a good hook? Right? Everybody does that. Every salon offers that. So here's an alternative that might be a better hook where you can say, are you ready to embrace your inner fabulous with the hair of your dreams? Like, Yeah, I want to be fabulous. I want to have hair of my dreams, right? You're saying the same thing, right? But you're bringing them in with a hook that's really going to get them engaged. Okay. Three, the third reason why your social media may not be working is inconsistency. So it takes 7 times, this is old data, by the way, but it takes 7 times for someone to see your message before they even consider buying from you. Not before they buy, but before they even consider buying. There's some people are saying now that that can be up to 30 times. I haven't seen any real solid research, like academic research on this. And so I haven't changed this guidance. But even if it is, even 7 is a lot, right? So someone needs to see your message 7 times before they're even going to consider buying from you. Okay. So then you take into account that only 10% of people will actually see your post if you're lucky. So now you're trying to get people to see your stuff at least 7 times, and you're fighting against an algorithm that only gives you 10% of viewership among people who follow you. That's really like it's a numbers game at that point, right? You have to be posting consistently in order to get the views that you need to get in order to get people to consider what you're doing, right? We as entrepreneurs feel like we are constantly screaming from the rooftops about our business and that everyone knows what's going on and they're going to get sick of hearing from us. And I promise you, that is almost never, ever the case. People rarely get sick of you. And frankly, if they do, you're doing it, you're often doing it right. Now, you don't want to do it in a way that's gross and spammy and salesy. And I get that, right? But if they're seeing you on a regular basis, that's a good thing. But it means that you have to consistently be showing up. So I recommend that you post on social at least 3 times a week. If you are a business that really relies on social media to drive the new customers, it's got to be more than that, right? It's got to be at least 5 times a week, if not more than that. I post 7 times a week, 7 to 10 times a week. So sometimes I have days where I will do multiples because it is an incredibly important part of driving my business. It's not that much of an important part, and you just want to have it and you just need it there, right? Just again, it goes back to your overall marketing strategy. Sometimes you can post once a week, but in general, if social media is a place where you're getting new clients, then you have to be posting consistently, and you are going to get sick of it before your audience does. And know that that's the case, and that's okay. Think about, I don't know why this example just came to me, probably because I have a teenager at home right now. Think about how many times you have to tell your teenager to do the dishes before they actually do the dishes. Like they hear you, but you have to tell them multiple times. And it's the same with our stressed out world, right? They need to hear the reminder over and over and over again. And that's part of the game. And it's okay. All right. Reason number 4 why your social media might not be working is you're not showing your face. And I want to share a little bit of research with you. So the Georgia Tech did a study, and it's 10 years old. So I'm sure these numbers are higher now, but it's all the data that we have. But posts with faces were 38% more likely to get a like than those without a face. And that's pretty significant, right? Because the more likes you get, the more the algorithm is going to say, ooh, people like her content. We're going to show it to more people. The second statistic is that 32%, those people, right, are 32% more likely to receive comments. So you want to get likes and comments. Comments is one of the greatest ways to get the algorithm to say, ooh, people like this, right? Even better than likes, because social media is designed to be social. So they want two-way communication. And we're going to talk about this more in a few minutes. But the algorithm wants two-way communication. So the more people are commenting, the quicker you're replying to those comments, the more that people are engaging with your post outside. Liking is great, but comments are really great. then the better off you're going to do. So, knowing these numbers, it's very important to have your face on everything. That can feel a little weird for some of us, right? Especially if we're not comfortable being the front of our brand. This is one of the things that I work on with my clients really intensely is how can you show up in a way that feels comfortable for you, but still has your face out there, that you still get to be the face of your brand, but in a way that you feel comfortable. Some people can't just, do what I'm doing right now and get online and do a live training and be comfortable with it. And that's okay. I'm a trained improv actress. Like this is easy for me because I have had the training to make this easy for me. But there are lots of ways that we can get your face onto your marketing in a way that's comfortable for you. So there's photography is a great choice for people who aren't comfortable with video. Getting really good professional photography. If you're in the Dallas area, I'm an award-winning photographer. I'd be happy to help you with this. I do a lot of brand photography. Or we can also sit together and I can help you to create reels or behind the scenes reels or whatever makes you the most comfortable. And you can do this in your market as well, right? You can do this in your market where you can find a really good photographer. If you want help finding someone, I'm happy to help you. But getting really good photos that represent who you are in a very authentic way, right? If you're somebody who is silly, you're going to want pictures that are a little silly. If you're someone that's colorful, your brand's very colorful, you're going to want to wear colorful clothes and be in a colorful place. You want to make sure that the pictures aren't like you in a suit, though you never wear a suit and you feel really awkward and you have more makeup on than you ever wear and you don't wear this color of lipstick and now you're not wearing glasses even though you wear glasses, right? You want to make sure that your photography is very authentic to who you are. And often, a reaction to how comfortable you are with your photographer. You can also, again, do this with video, but you have to have your face on everything because people buy from people. And if you're not showing your humanity in what you're doing, it's very difficult for you to stand out. And we'll go back to the example of a hair salon, right? We talked about the best way for a hair salon to position themselves on social media, right? Is it, oh, we do cuts and color, or is it, do you want to embrace your inner fabulous? But adding a photo of the hairdresser there makes you even more competitive because you stand out even more. People buy from people and they're going to be more attracted to you if they see a picture of you. They might be unattracted by you too. And that's okay because they're not your ideal client, right? People see my pictures and they're like, she's too much. She's too much for me. There's too much color. There's too much going on. She's not my person. And that's okay too. I need to show up as authentically as I can because then I will drive the best clients for me that I can best serve. When you understand that and you're willing to show up, I promise you your business will grow. Reason number 5 why your social media may not be working is that you're posting and running. And what does this mean? You've all done this. Like I gotta get my social media post done. I'm gonna post it really quick, and then I'm gonna close down Facebook, and I'm not gonna go back to it till 3 days from now when I'm gonna post again. It doesn't work that way. As I mentioned earlier, social media, I'm going to wait a minute on that slide. Social media is designed to be social. It's meant for two-way interaction. So if you post something and then never connect anywhere else on that platform, the algorithm won't show you to the extent that it could, right? So you need to be engaging on your Facebook. You need to be active on Facebook or Instagram. If this is something that's uncomfortable for you, this is where we may need to go back to a strategy where you're not using social media. Because if you're not able to spend time on these platforms, whatever platform you choose, and I often feel like you should only do one platform really well, maybe two. That's a presentation for another day. And I think there is one actually on my YouTube channel about this. How do I know which social media platform to be on? So if you just look for that, or again, put a comment down below or reach out to me, I'll send that to you. But you want to make sure that whatever social media platform you're really going to own, that you are engaged into a communication with the people on it, and that you're doing things that you're constantly engaged. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what that means. So for those of you who are like Bridgerton fans, any Bridgerton fans out there, put it in the comments. I know you're out there. Okay. You're not going to be Penelope, who of course we didn't know at the time was Lady Whistledown. You're not going to be Penelope and go to a party and stand in the corner, right? Unless you're Lady Whistledown, you're writing something fabulous. It's the same thing online, right? It's the same thing on social media. You can't just go to an event and sit in the corner and not meet anybody, or you may as well not have gone. And it's the same thing there. So engagement is not an option, but a necessity. Now, again, you can do it in a non-weird, non-spammy kind of way. And this is something that I work with really intensely with a lot of my clients. Here's a couple tips over on the right-hand side for how you can have a engagement glow up like Penn did in season 3 of Bridgerton. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to comment on other people's posts, especially people who you're trying to build relationships with. So I will often, if I meet someone in an event, I will find them on Facebook, because Facebook's my kind of go-to social media platform. Find them on Facebook, send them a friend request, go to their page, like a few of their things, go to their business page, like some of their things, and then I comment, I ask questions, all just to show them that I'm interested in them, and to show the algorithm that I am here to be social. And if you show my stuff more, then I will continue to be social on this platform. And that's what they want. Because ultimately, these social media platforms make money the longer you stay on the platform. So the more engaged you are, the more they're going to show your content. So the first thing to do is comment on other people's posts and but I would always comment as well. Try to make your comments long-ish, right? They used to say 5 words. I haven't seen any data otherwise, so I still say at least 5 words and an emoji. The second thing that you can do is comment on comments to your post quickly. One of the best ways to get your post to really start moving is instantly, or as quickly as possible, comment when anyone comments on your stuff. So if you have a post that might get a lot of engagement, right? Like I just got named that MSN, whatever, top entrepreneurs to watch. I knew that would probably get some engagement. And so I made some time in my schedule that day to make sure that I could be engaging on social media as quickly as possible. So the more I engaged and the quicker I engaged with people who were leaving me comments. So they said, maybe a comment like congratulations, and I'd write back, thank you so much, it's such an honor, or even just a little GIF of like a thank you. The faster I did that, the more people saw it, and the faster and faster and faster that post did. Yes, it's great news. Yes, it's interesting content, but it really took off because I took the time to make sure I was commenting as quickly as possible when people commented on mine, or when people commented on my post. So that's really important. The third thing you can do is tag others on your posts appropriately. So you don't want to be one of those people who every time you post something, you tag all of your potential clients and be like, hey, check out my new sale. Like, don't be that person. But one of my favorite things to do is every time you're at a networking event, take pictures and tag all of the people who are there. So great to see you, right? Take pictures with some people. It's a great way for you to tag people. People love pictures of themselves. People love pictures of others. It is a great excuse to be able to tag people because they appreciate it. I was at a networking event yesterday and posted a few pictures, and then someone else actually took my pictures and used it in their post and tagged all the people. And that's great. Like that's how it works. Then people commented, then I commented on their comments, and then they commented on my comments. And next thing you know, that post is doing really, really well because everyone is using social media as it was designed to be used, to be social, not as a place where you just put something up and run. Social media isn't a billboard. It is an engagement back and forth tool. So I hope that these five were interesting to you. I hope that you found something in your social media that you can change. So I'll do a recap of the five. So the first one is be solution focused versus problem focused. The second thing is you got to have a hook. The third thing is consistency. The fourth thing, show your face. And the fifth is don't post and run. Get active and engaging inside the platform. If you have any questions or if you're looking for a mentor to just help you put together a very simple, very clear guide for how to grow your business, give me a holler. I love working on customized plans just for you that are kind of an alchemy of what you're good at, how you're comfortable showing up, and how your clients want to receive info. So together we'll figure out exactly what the niche is that you're going to be working on, exactly what message you're going to give them. If you need some help on your products, we can do that as well. And then what are the few activities you're going to do that are really going to drive growth? Is it social media? Is it speaking? Is it a podcast? There are so many different options, SEO, ads. There's so many different options and you can't do them all. And they aren't all going to make sense for your business. So working with somebody like me, I can give you a very clear path in all of those areas. And then I hang out with you for usually a couple months after we've finalized the strategy, help you figure out how the heck do I do all this stuff? And if I can't do it, who should I outsource it to? And I'm there to help with that as well. So you can learn about all my programs on my website. It's sherrysutton.com. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I do these trainings pretty often. So if you have any topics that you'd like for me to speak on, please let me know. And you can find me on all the places. My email is sherry@sherrysutton.com, or you can DM me on any of the social places. And I hope that this was helpful. Have a great day.